So today, we have the man who broke the bet, Bane, taking on Shredder. Who wins? Well, let's find out. So, just as always, who's stronger? Well, Bane is, obviously. His steroid venom makes him superhuman. But that doesn't mean Shredder isn't strong. He's actually very strong, casually breaking bones, and he routinely overpowered and ragdolled the Turtles and Master Splinter, and they're all definitely superhuman, saying that they're mutated animals with years of extensive training and exercise. But Bane has easily warped and broke metal, ripped a fire hydrant out of the ground, lifted Killer Croc over his head with ease, lifting a shipping container over his head with ease, broke through 2,737 cubic pounds of ice, shattered stone with one punch, one-shotted Man-Bat and a demon, and even without his venom, he famously lifted Batman high above his head and slammed him down on his knee, snapping Bruce's back. Bane is definitely stronger. Same goes for durability. Like, Shredder has easily shrugged off great falls, as well as combined hits from the Turtles and Master Splinter just fine. Like I said earlier, they're definitely superhuman. But Bane was unharmed when he fell off of a skyscraper and from an exploding truck crash. He withstood 50,000 volts of electricity, and knives and bullets only do artificial damage and normally don't even make him bleed. Like, shivs have broken upon impact on his skin. Above all that, he has a nice healing factor to rely on as well. He can't like regrow lost limbs or anything, but still pretty good healing factor nonetheless. But Shredder is faster and more agile. Like, Bane, even without his venom, has caught batterings out of the air, evaded bullets. He's cut a man's hand off before he could draw his own gun, tagged both Catwoman and Nightwing, who are both extremely fast and agile, and he speed blitzed three armed guards. But Shredder has caught throwing stars out of the air, evaded bullets, evaded multiple throwing stars at once, speed blitzed the turtles, and he simply just outmaneuvered and outreacted the turtles several times over the years. So, Bane is physically better overall, being stronger, tougher, with a nice healing factor, while Shredder is faster and more agile. Also, don't forget that Bane can increase his physicality by upping the dosage of the venom he's taking in through the tubes on his back, making him even more stronger, durable, faster, and with even a better healing factor. Uh, but if he does inject too much, he will get a heart attack because it's a lot of strain on his heart, and the fight would be over. But Bane normally knows how much he can take, and at his best, he was able to lift 15 tons. That is a lot stronger than Shredder. Not even close. But like I said, normally use his standard amount of venom, which is around the 2-ton limit, which makes them physically, the physical gap isn't that far between them. Anyways, moving on to skill. And I think it's pretty obvious Shredder is the better fighter here. But before I talk about him, I want to talk about Bane and his skill first. Bane isn't just your average day brute who just kind of brawls around. No, dude, he's a highly skilled fighter and combatant. His fighting style utilizes judo and pro wrestling techniques, as well as his strength and brutality. So, basically, he's a world renowned grappler, wrestler, and boxer. He's bested the likes of Red Hood, Catwoman, Nightwing, and Batman, even killing Batman on one occasion. And all these guys are better technical fighters than he is, just like Shredder. He's also bested whole groups of like mercenaries and ninjas all by himself, even without his venom. But like I said earlier, Shredder is better here by a large margin. as he's one of the very best fighters in all of comics. He's a master and brutal ninja and assassin. Uh, but he doesn't just have one lifetime of extensive training and experience, but three. He has three full lifetimes of combat training and experience. In his first life, he single handedly beat an entire army of skilled warriors. An entire army by himself. In his second life, he was deemed as the greatest ninja and fighter in the world. And in his third, like I said earlier, he's one of the very best in all of comics. He single-handedly bested the Turtles in 1v4s for years, and he even bested Master Splinter before as well. I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. He's also the leader and founder of the Foot Clan, an entire clan of skilled ninjas who he trained himself. And finally, he studied in the art of war for years. Now, back to what I was saying earlier. The creators and writers of Master Splinter and Batman agreed that they were equal in terms of overall skill. This would mean that Shredder could theoretically best Batman, seeing that he's bested Master Splinter. But Bane has bested Batman. Like I said earlier, even killed the Dark Knight once. Uh, Moving on to the final part of this video, though, Shredder's armor doesn't cover his entire body, but it is bulletproof for the areas that it does cover. The armor also has his shoulders. The shoulders of his armor have several razor sharp blades sticking out of it. And finally, Shredder has his wrist blades, who he perfectly utilizes into his fighting style, and they can slice right through metal as well. Also, where it gets his name. So, who wins? Well, Bane is stronger, tougher, has a healing factor, and he has routinely beaten more technical skilled fighters than himself, like Batman and other members of the Bat family. But Shredder is faster, he's more agile, the better and more experienced fighter and martial artist, and he has his armor and blades. If I'm being honest, I don't think Shredder can dish out enough punishment to put Bane down before Bane just physically overwhelms him. Remember, Bane can increase his physicality by upping the dosage of his venom when he needs to through the tubes on his back. But I think in doing this would be his downfall. All Shredder has to do is slice the tubes on Bane's back, and the fight will end, like immediately, as Bane will become significantly weakened, and to the point that he can't fight anymore. And I'm positive Shredder can figure this out by putting one and two together. At the end of the day, I'm siding with Shredder after a great, brutal fight. Shredder wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all the great stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.